It's time for war. Prepare for heart-pounding battles. The stakes are high with no room for mistakes. The path is brutal, the defenders are ruthless, but the team is ready. Every node, every fight, every second counts. This is Alliance War Season 62. Welcome back. It's time for war number 2. I'm on path 4, like normal. First fight up here is going to be this Anti-Venom. I'm going to use the Maker simply because the Maker is reverse control immune and he has the attack tactic, so can kind of ignore the defensive tactic that Anti-Venom has here. You know, a little bit of hindsight here in this fight, I would have turned off willpower because you're going to see here, I'm going to start just chunking down here in a second. You know, everything going fine, you know, just trying to bait out a special from this guy, and he does not want to throw it. So, you know, I'm trying to not push him to 3 bars. Would really prefer not to. You know, here you can just see he's just being very stubborn. He finally throws his special 2. We get the nice little evade on there. Now you can see here what I was talking about by my health chunking down. Once those petrifies landed, plus his debuffs, plus everything else, I am just kind of, my health bar is going the wrong way. And to be honest here, I'm a little bit worried at this point of what's going on, but I do get to my special 2. The trap does kill him, and you know, we lost a lot of health, but you know, we get through the fight without dying. For our second fight up, we're going to be using Moleman here against this Sasquatch. It's a fairly chunky Sasquatch, but we're going to let Moleman do Moleman things. So what you're going to see here is a few parry heavies. There's 1. There's number 2. There's number 3. And you know what? If you're going to give it to me, I'll go ahead and hit you with a heavy 4 times in a row. We'll let you hit into our block then, and we go into our frenzy mode. Sasquatch here, very, very nice. Throws that special 2 right away. So you know what? I'm going to return the favor. I'm going to throw mine right away. We drop that special 2. He is down to 20%. We're going to throw our striker in there, and well, couple more hits, he's down. That's the way you rinse a big chunky Sasquatch in about 29 seconds. Moving into section 2, we have this dust. You can see here, I'm going to go ahead and put my pre-fights on with the Maker, and you know, we're going to go in and hopefully do this fight better than we've done it before. This is one that I've kind of struggled with a little bit, but I think we're going to be okay. So, you know, you'll see here, we do start with a power start 1. I do go ahead and knock her down there with a heavy. I wanted to get close to another bar of power before I threw my special 1. You know, don't really need to, I don't think, but it just felt like that would be the way to go in this fight. So she throws her special 1, which is fine. I'm going to go medium heavy. And then, you know, we're just going to kind of push her around. All we're trying to do is get to our special 2. And you'll see here, right now, I could have thrown the special 2 there. I just don't know why I stopped, but we did. We push her over the trap, she dies. Could have probably done it a couple seconds quicker if I would have just gone right to the special 2, but I'm not arguing at this point. And here's another one of those fights where we get to let Moleman do his thing. So here at the start, you're going to see I'm going to back away just to make sure all the debuffs kind of shrug off me. There they go. Now we want to get a parry heavy. And you know, if he'll give it to us, let's do 1 more. We've got a bunch of charges on there. Now let's just let him hit into our block. Perfect. And we're going to drop our special 2 now. Oh, no, we're not. Now we're going to drop it. There we are. And, you know, pushes him over 2 bars of power. It doesn't quite kill him. We need to bait out his special 2. We get a nice clean dex of the special 2. Now we're going to do a couple hits into our special 2, and well, Knull's down, and we move on. And it's mini time. First one up here is going to be Arcade here on node 37. And, you know, typically I wouldn't use Moleman here, but I just kind of felt that Moleman would be a decent counter for it. You know, Arcade does bleed. There, he kind of hit into my block. He kind of threw me off, to be completely honest. I was not ready to go into Frenzy yet. I wanted to go into Frenzy. I just wasn't ready to do it at that point in time. So here, we're going to drop a special 2 while we're in Frenzy. We're going to lose Frenzy mode right here. And that's going to be kind of a little bit of an issue. I'm not going to have enough charges here to really rinse him down with this next special 2. And it's kind of unfortunate. You're going to see here the healing he's getting from the node is just enough to offset the damage I'm doing. I push him red, he's at 2%, 3%. I'm hoping this special 1 will do it. He's immune to shock, it doesn't, and well, he's going to throw his special 3. So, we sit here through the special 3 animation, or we skip it, and that's such a nice feature now. We come out rooted, we throw our special, we finish them off. Unfortunate there, it's going to cost me a couple heals, but, we get through them without dying again. And because we ate that special 3 in the last fight, we do have to toss some heals into Moleman, which is a shame. Really wish I could have gone without having to use those. Here you can see I'm trying to figure out what's going to top up Maker, because I am planning on using Maker for one more fight coming up. So, we toss a team heal in there. And there I was just kind of thinking, well, do I need any more heals on this? I don't think so. So here we go. We're going to kind of do the Moleman thing here, even on this node. We're going to try and keep her out of the sun as much as possible. My biggest fear is because of this node does have, the Power Focus 2 on it. I just don't want her throwing her special 2 while she's in the sun. There we get a nice clean dex of the special 1. Here now, we're just trying to keep her out of the sun because I know I'm going to push her to a special 2. I don't think mine's going to finish her off here. It gets pretty darn close. And, well, you know what? We're just going to throw the striker out there, and that wraps up Karolina. And if you like Moleman action, we've got yet another Moleman fight. This is going to be against this Void here. And, typical start. Parry heavy. Parry heavy. Void's not really wanting to play too kindly here. Parry heavy. There we go. Now we're going to go into Frenzy. Now here's where the fun begins in this fight. It's a race against the clock. Because you can see I'm getting the debuffs from the global, I'm getting the debuffs from Void, I'm getting the debuffs from the node, and we're just going to drop our special 3 right here, or special 2. He throws his special 3, unfortunately. I was pounding my striker, but the game is just much quicker than I am. We come out, we're still in okay shape, and we finish him off. Once again, very quick Moleman fight. Unfortunately, I do have to drop some heals on him. Now this fight coming here, I honestly wasn't very sure how it was going to go. I know Galan is a decent counter to Solvarch, but I hate fighting Solvarch. So here, with all the interactions with the nodes and everything else like that, I just wasn't real sure coming in. So, you can see there we do a couple medium light mediums into a special 1 to knock him down there. Unfortunately, we kind of get ourselves knocked down. Now we're going to knock him down. We're just trying to keep the falter off is all we're doing with a lot of those knockdowns. And, we're going to build up some of Galan's charges there. I kind of figured out if I just parry the first part of the special, it'll be okay. Here we throw a special 1. We do good damage. At this point, I'm feeling pretty good. That took about a third of his health with that first special 1, and I wasn't fighting particularly well during the fight. There, he got the unstoppable. Unfortunate timing. Not a big deal. I was trying to knock him down once again just to keep the falter off. We're doing a good job of keeping the falter on him, which is all that I wanted to do. The unstoppables will work themselves out. You'll see here I get a little bit better at managing that as we go. So here, now he's going to throw a special, and see, that's the, here you can see I go back so I can get the unstoppable on me. We get a nice parry. We go into our striker. We do a heavy. Now we're kind of in our harvest, and we just need to do a couple more hits. I'm just waiting out the unstoppable. We both have it. Unfortunately, he kind of kept rushing in at me. Not a big deal there. Here, we're going to throw another special 1. I was kind of hoping this would do it. Took him down to 10%. So not too bad. So here we just have to watch out for the unstoppable yet again. You can see this is one of those nodes that just has a lot going on. We put the falter on him, which is nice because then I don't take the chip damage, which isn't the end of the world. Here we're going to throw our special 1 just to knock him down again. He's down to 5% health. all I want to do is get a parry. All I want to do is get a parry. And for whatever reason, all of a sudden, I couldn't get a parry. And there we finally get one, but the unstoppable was coming, so I backed away. And now we're just going to strike her into our heavy, into a special one. And there we go, Solvarch's down. After throwing on yet more heals into Moleman, we've got this high evolutionary here on node 49. Really, the main thing for me to remember is I really don't want to get pushed into frenzy if I don't have to, and not to accidentally parry this guy. As long as I'm below 6 frenzy charges, I can ignore the auto block, which is nice. That's kind of where I was hoping to keep it, but you'll see here, he throws a special one. Well, that automatically throws me up over 6. So at this point, I'm trying to think, you know what? Maybe we just kind of go for it. We push him to another special one. And, here he does hit us because of the unstoppable from the node, not the end of the world or from the global. So here, all I'm trying to do is bait out a special one. Okay. I've got my opening. He's got the unstoppable. I do see it. I haven't knocked him down yet because I haven't been able to do a parry heavy. Now he doesn't have it. Now I can knock him down. So maybe. There we go. We knock him down. So now we will have a grit charge on there. So we can ignore when he goes unstoppable, which is nice, and here kind of, I wasn't arguing with the delay in the fight there because it does put me back down in low frenzy charges. So I can ignore the auto block. And what you're going to see here is we're going to just go in, we're going to hit him a couple times. We're going to throw a special 2. Not going to quite finish him off. We're going to bait one more special 1 out of him. There we go. We get that nice little special 1 dex. We're going to throw our special 1, and that's going to be just enough damage to finish him off. Once again, not the cleanest fight, but we make it through without dying. And it's boss time. I took this fight last season with my maker when he was only rank 3. We have taken him to rank 4 now, and we're going to try this fight again. I timed out with him at rank 3. I'm hoping the additional rank provides me enough extra firepower that I'll be able to do this fight. The other thing is I think I've learned to fight it a little bit better. So you're going to see here, we're just kind of waiting out the stun timer. We don't want to do the evade because it'll give her an opening to hit me when I evade, actually. So you'll see that a couple times during this fight where I lose track of what mode she's in. Here we get the trap down with a special 1. Now all I want to do is go to a special 3. And here we are. So, we're going to go ahead and drop a heavy to refresh our debuffs. We'll let her throw her heavy. She's now stun immune, which is okay. She's going to throw a special. I'm going to counter the special. I'm going to wait it out there so that I can throw a heavy to refresh my debuffs. And so far, feeling pretty good. The fight's going pretty well. It's slow, but it's fairly safe. I'm not too terribly concerned there. There, I should have thrown a heavy. I'm not too terribly concerned I didn't. It would have just been a good opportunity to do it, and I need to weave those in more. And see, there is where she's stun immune, and I try to do the evade, and she counters right away. So now we do get our special 3 off, and here, we get to, push her back and forth over the trap. I wish I'd done it a little bit more. She gets a little passive there. She finally comes after me, throws a special, and I'm trying to push her back far enough to get her over the trap at least one more time. Probably shouldn't have thrown my striker there, to be completely honest, because now the trap is reset, and, it's just time to kind of start the process over. Here, you're going to see I'm going to go ahead and push her back. I'm going to throw a special 2 so I can throw her over the trap. And unfortunately, her shield was up, so it didn't do very much damage. That's the other thing in this fight. Her shield just kind of gets in the way. It's annoying. It slows the fight down. So now it's just time to reset. I want to do the exact same thing again. We're 2 minutes in. She's down to 50%. Slow fight. I'm still roughly full yellow bar, almost full yellow bar there with her debuff she's putting on me. I have lost my pre-fights though, because I didn't do a good enough job of knocking her down when I had opportunities. So like I said early on, that's kind of what I was looking for. And there, she came right after a combo with a light attack before I could really even react. It happens a couple times in this fight, and well, it's just, a little bit unfortunate in that it does that. I'm not sure if it's something I'm slow on the draw on, or just something that's some type of weird interaction. And there, I stopped her right on the trap, and when she moved off of it, it didn't explode, but she pushed me back far enough. I'm not able to get enough detonations on here. And see, there it is again. I do a 5-hit combo and she counters right away with a light, and it's just hitting me right in the face. Typically I do have problems with combos that start with a light attack, but typically after a 5-hit combo I'm able to get a parry in there. So I don't know. Here we're going to do the special 2 again. And well, once again, not a whole lot of damage. Now, at this point, to be honest, I'm starting to worry a little bit. It is, we've got a minute 45 left. She's still got 30% of her health. So we are a little bit slow. We're going to drop another special 1, just to get that damage. I could probably just go for, special 1, special 3, special 1, but I do want the special 2 burst. Hopefully I can get one with her shield down, because then it does decent damage. So, her shield's at 62, she's at 25, we got a minute 20 left. I'm a little concerned there. We get her over the trap. We're just trying to do damage. I'm trying to make sure the shield is down. It's at, 13. There, we're gonna do another heavy. Now we're going to throw a special 3. Now we just need to make her walk back and forth over this trap as much as humanly possible. Fortunately for the skip, I think the skip on the special 3 animation is what saves me in this fight. And you can see here, she's just not cooperating. She's not letting me push her back over the trap. There we are. We finally get it so that she can do a little bit back and forth. She's down to 4%. I've got 40 seconds left. I feel pretty okay at this point. Here we get her on the trap. I'm just trying to make sure that I do it with a special 2, because she does have 100 charges on her shield again. So we're going to throw this. She's got the charges on her shield. At least it took the shield. Didn't kill her, but there we go. We finish her with 22 seconds. Please let me know if there's a way to do that fight faster. And that wraps up the second war of the season, and I'm sitting at a perfect 20-0. 2 boss kills, no deaths at all during the season. I do want to thank you very much for watching this video. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and feel free to leave me a comment down below. Until the next one, take care all.